A lot of you actually watched the Prairie Dog Prison video, which means you like bad standard decks. Bad standard decks is something I can do. So here's another one. This is a really clunky, really disruptible combo deck. So it's not really the best, but again, I like decks that can kind of only work in best of one. And we'll try to sneak some wins with it. I want to give a quick and dirty deck tech just so you understand sort of the pieces, and then we'll jump into the gameplay. The main idea with the deck is that Archfiend of the Dross is a big beater on the front half, but then you only have it for a couple of turns, because after it runs out of oil counters, it will kill you. What we want to do is donate the Archfiend of the Dross to the opponent so that on their upkeep, it will kill them. We do that with Coveted Falcon. It's basically, in our deck, a donate that is 5 mana that you can pay in installments. That's basically how we treat it. So we'll morph it out for 3 mana. Disguise for 3 mana. Then we'll pay 2 to reveal it and then give them the Archfiend of the Dross. So most likely, we have the Archfiend of the Dross, it'll naturally tick down, and then we donate it. But we have some ways to accelerate or to cheat that out. One of the ways is Render Inert. We donate it, take all the counters off of it, and then it'll kill our opponent on their upkeep. Another part of our combo is Likeness Looter. So early game, it is a Merfolk Looter, which is great. But we can pay 4 mana, and if we have an Archfiend of the Dross in the graveyard, it can become a copy of the Archfiend of the Dross, which will, of course, have no counters because it is a Likeness Looter. Then that Likeness Looter can also be donated. So those are the ways we sort of combo win. We might also just win with damage from Archfiend of the Dross. The rest of the deck kind of just exists to try to support that plan because we have a little bit of hand disruption, which I found to be sort of important against a lot of these decks, especially in best of one. Hand disruption can really kind of just stagger your opponent so you can actually do this goofy combo. Undead Butler will help us find our combo pieces. When it chump blocks, which it'll need to do, we can exile it to get whichever piece we're missing. We have a little bit of reanimation that'll also help us out. And the Invasion of Amonkhet combos also with the Render Inert, because it can remove all of the counters and let us just cast Lazotep, Convert, and draw a card. So since we already are using this as a combo piece here, thought it might be nice to also get some value there. And then we've got a little bit of game against tokens and go wide, and just a little bit of hidden removal. The Spicy One of Cut Down, Spicy One of Board Wipe, and then these things both serve as small removal in the early game and then have a later side payoff. So they kind of help fill out our curve and they kind of help us not die, especially this 2 mono red. And then a pretty standard mana base. I always like having spell lands and just a few creature lands. But that is basically the deck. Enjoy some of these wacky combo kills. All right, we are Render Inert flooded. Don't have any of the combo pieces. Render Inert is technically one of the combo pieces. But we don't have any of the core combo. Let's take a peek at our opponent's hand. They're on Rakdos stuff. We are Render Inert flooded. Bat comes down, takes our Invasion of Amonkhet, and we just don't get any value from our Render Inerts anymore. It's kind of like mulliganing 3 times. It's the downside of like trying to get the consistency with these pieces. We'll get this down and we'll cycle our first Render Inert. That's going to let us play the Archfiend. Well, actually, probably not, right? Since this can take any type of card. Okay. It's a combo piece. Play the Archfiend. You just need to hit the bird. Opponent thinks when they see like Render Inert and Archfiend in the same deck, like it seems like actively they go against each other. you have to think at that point, like, they're trying to donate this card to me, aren't they? And the answer is, of course, yeah. Yeah, we are. there's really nothing to do besides try to hit the donate. I mean, the other render inert would be good, but it's not anything without the donate. Let's invade some Amon Ket. We have one more turn to hit Tony. Nothing in our bin does it. They're not going to want to give us a Traxa. But they do have that one that just chomps for nothing. Now they can draw a million cards, which might even disrupt our ability to get the donate off. Oh, this resurrects a Traxa? I think that's still fine. Oh, that's kind of fun. I like that Rakdos joins up to get a Traxa. I've seen some combo decks that use the Rakdos joins up too. Main sort of consideration here is that we can get the donate and win. Oh my god. If they somehow have like a counterspell or something in their deck, I deserve it. But yeah, it's just too fun to like give all of the permanents to your opponent. So that is unbelievable how dead we were supposed to be that game. All right, absolute trash hand. Let's go. Magic the Gathering. Oh, Electric. Oh, well, surprise. It's the thing that we have a... held up. I'll keep there. Extend. Okay, so a black deck that wants to use Hopeless Night. I don't know what deck that is. Kind of don't want to render a nerd nothing, right? Because if we get the Coveted Falcon, we're off to the races. We'll probably kill this Archfiend at the Dross, so we might as well get it down to get a removal spot at the hand. Now we might have to cycle under them. It would probably just combo kill us here. Well, we got one of the Rush of Dreads, but the other is in hand. Oh, it was just no way around that. I wonder with Evasion of Amon Ket if there's something you should... I mean, there's that regular Desiccator. I wonder if there's something that we should get that, like, destroys a creature when it enters the battlefield. We have a very hard time actually answering Bloodletter. Well, I guess with the Harvester, we have a little bit of that. I mean, they take Render Inert. Then we can't immediately get it. Virtue, or I guess Lockwood Skirt. You can... So I guess we just start. Are there any like this? This. Back that. which will allow us to. All right. I was just saying, what if we got something that kills stuff when it is played from Invasion of Monkey? They added that with that beast. So they had that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they were 1 minute off of just killing us. Okay. Fair enough. All right. I guess we start threatening to damage. Damage. It's not what this deck's about. Deep Cavern Bat. They're going to take Virtue of Persistence. Then we'll go on to Surveil 1. Okay, I don't think we need another one of these. But we do need another one of these because we have the combo. And then we can basically deploy our hand. We'll get in for 5. Play this. This is actually pretty good. If we can find a way to sacrifice the undead bubble, we'll get the likeness. So that kind of gets rid of the trash. And then we can get this. If they have more orbs, it's a little unfortunate. I like that they tell us that we know the identity of our disguised creature. So if we can manage to kill the undead butler, that gives us a likeness looter. That's a 2-turn clock because then we can play the likeness looter, pass the turn, and then we have 6 mana so we can have it transform into a copy of Archfiend of the Dross. Does this speed anything up? Archfiend of the Dross doesn't speed it. I think I like getting that down because now we just die by fixing. Okay. We had to start a card and lose 4 life. So now we need Render in there. If they go in with the Phyrexian Obliterator, I'm going to block it with the Harvester of Misery. We'll sack Undead Butler and 4 lands. That still gives us donate mana for the Archfiend of Dross. Yeah, I think we're going. I mean, we're going to race. We're going to do a damage race now. 2, 3. Excited. The Harvester Blizzard, you know. Yeah, I mean, we're damage again. We have the option now to give them. Well, we can do this at instant speed. This is kind of tricky though, because with Render Inert up here, we can give them the Archfiend at the end of their turn. So we'd have to take like 4, give them the Archfiend, then Render Inert on our turn to pass. But it's basically the same amount of time as just this. And they can't really block. Yeah, so I guess it's about the same. We just have to hope to not die here, because they can just get the other card that just kills us. Anything with haste probably kills us too, but there's not a ton of haste in black. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. I think. I think it does have to be like this because... Oh, gosh. It puts us to 1. I forgot about the stupid Archfiend of the Dross losing life, and we're actually all right. Because now we render inert. They would have put us to 1 if they had attacked with the Bloodletter. Which arguably they should have, but I guess they were worried about something as well. Okay, there's Scrying. I actually don't know what sells this. So, that, having Render Inert on top, 1, it let us switch back to our combo planet, but basically we would have been screwed had we not rendered Inert. It's an okay hand. It's an okay hand because we have Invasion of Amonkhet, Render Inert. And that might do a little something here in the mid-game, and then this puts us at 5 lands, which lets us Deadly Cover Up. So ideally our opponent is on some kind of creature deck. They build out a big board, and we can use the Deadly Cover Up to sort of build our way back into it. Gorehound has been interesting. Gorehound's been in a couple of decks. So I guess they kept that on top. So they like whatever's on top of their deck, I think. Which was a kill spell maybe, and then they'll just mill the rest of the stuff away. I love that they're playing Even Interrupter, obviously, because my last video was the stupid Prairie Dog thing. But I love that card. It's mostly tempo. When you play it with High Noon, it's like Time Walk. It's awesome. We even have an Archfiend of the Dross. Okay, Teysa. That's pretty cool. I kind of remember this Teysa from Limited. Everything nowadays is so much text. Teysa, blah, blah, blue, do everything, blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. I actually kind of have the combo. I want to play Archfiend. I think I want to wait and see if I can blow up the board next turn and then combo when they have fewer things. So I'm not sure the degree to which Kaya messes up my plans, because it's not going to be reviewable by the Deadly Cover-Up. But I don't know how much that matters. Ethically, the combo can kill in 1 turn. Just takes a ton of mana to do that. This may have been a game where it would have been better to more aggressively go for the combo. They've given us a little bit of time to do it. Now we've got to think about the best way to get to the combo from here. Okay, Teysa's back. I guess Render Inert can actually answer the Planeswalker. Virtue of Persistence answers the Teysa. This answers the Planeswalker. Is there anything in graveyards that helps us? Not particularly. So I actually think we'll go further off combo to get rid of one of the threats here. And then we'll get rid of the Teysa, which is another big potential threat. And then if we hit a land, we can go Archfiend and Disguised Covenant Falcon. But we did hit the land. Importantly, we're also at 7, which puts us at Virtue of Persistence. This thing's going to come in as a 4/5, which the Archfiend does block pretty well. Virtue of Persistence, actually not that great on this board, so that ends up working out really nicely because it simplifies what I don't think is a very simple decision. And depending on their removal suite, we can weigh down the clock on the Archfiend of the Dross and then donate it. 0 mana 4/5. Wizard just done it again. They're going to ossify the Archfiend. Think that that's okay because we've got a backup Archfiend and we can play another Invasion of Amonkhet. Virtue of Persistence, or I should say, Lochthuin Scorn answers the Teysa. Is more important than getting the Invasion of Amonkhet down this turn. Render Inert off the top wins us the game. Land away from what's his face off of the top wins the game as well. We can no longer block small creatures. That's fun. I don't think I want to take that block yet. All right, Render Inert's just a kill off the top. All right. We'll start by invading Amonkhet. Man, would have been nice to just draw that Malicious Eclipse. An Undead Butler. You will pass the turn. It doesn't look like we milled the Likeness Looter, which would be a another surprise kill. Some consideration to attack with the Archfiend of the Dross there, but not a lot. So they're kind of deciding not to attack with the Delny because they think we would take that trade, but it's so important to our strategy to have this morph creature that we would absolutely not take that trade. And then, are we going Undead Butler for Undead Butler here? Is that the only option in our bin right now? There's another Archfiend. Archfiend doesn't block. All right, we're at 7, so we can play everything, and then we just got to hope not to die. Let's play this out, because if we get a Render Inert... Oh, no. Render Inert still wouldn't be good enough. We're 1 mana away from Render Inert, just getting us there innately. But it gets a card out of their hand, which conceivably could matter. Doesn't look like it does. We'll get our stuff down that can block, and we'll find out if we are dead. This is an interesting one. If we are not dead here, they are. Man, Malicious Eclipse would have been so good this game. That's the downside with the one-ups. Realized how terrible this is for streaming, this fairy icon with the flittering noises. So this probably triggers twice, yeah. So it's triggering twice because of Delny. So that's 4 unblockable flying right now. It's pretty strong. They turn everything sideways. I don't think we survive. They still have stuff. Yeah, so they already had it. I'm pretty sure they already had it without needing to do that. But do we have a coveted? I think a lot of this will depend on how this sequences in time. We actually might not be dead. Yeah. The undead butler can see the coveted falcon. We are not dead, and I think it can. So, so I guess they didn't actually have us. And there's kind of layers to what we can accomplish here, because we can pop Invasion of a Monket to get some things for like protection, but I think we just want to do our combo because I don't think it can be disrupted. And it has to turn. So somehow these I don't even know what to say. Like, the combo is so hard to pull off, I think. Or it's like so inconsistent that when I do it, I'm just like scratching my head for how I was able to do the combo, and I'm like surprised when it works. I'm like, how did that work? I should have been dead, but again, this hand's kind of mid. I actually think it's looter, because they're with white shimmering, they're less likely to be able to just kill the leader, and that can help us front. Let's loot first as we do land. As we do want to land. Alright. Well, we'll need an Archfiend with a Dross and a Bing at some point anyway. Why don't we take a look at what's going on in there? Stuff gets indestructible. Knives. Blue. They're doing some fun stuff. Malicious Eclipse actually ends up like looking like it's going to be nice. I think we got to take the Ledger Shredder. Oh my god, I misclicked and hit the Illuminator Virtuoso. No, I was thinking of Ledger Shredder. We're probably dead to that. Storm Chaser Drake coming down. Well, realistically, what I am dead to is Ultron on the land. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of hurts to not draw the land. I like what they're doing. They're kind of like a fun double spell sort of deck. They're going to be debating, like, should I just pass? Like, I don't think take up the shields actually saves them there. I think we're going to probably saves. Let's drop the card, I guess. All right. Theoretically, all you get is lands in here. Theoretically, like, there's a lot of lands in here. Now we'll have 3 draws. 3. I'm probably gonna, after just saying this is my last, I'm probably gonna play the We're Not Assault. Okay, and hit. Creatures get -2, -2. There. Shields down. Use the Ledger Shredder. So I kind of have to kill that instead of the Ivy, even though we now see that their deck is a deck. Which explains the clunky mana base. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love what they're up to. Like, I mean, this is exactly the type of deck that I like. It's obviously, like, not that strong, but It's like surprisingly strong and kind of combo-y. I think now that we hit this land, we'll loot. That instant speed. And I'm kind of just hoping that they enable us to Malicious Eclipse to take out most of the stuff. So Malicious Eclipse will still get this. It won't, and he failed on one count on it. And this instant to put the one counter. So I think this is a trap. Because they're bound to have something here, but I kind of want to... I mean, we don't have a ton to lose. Shield counter target creature. So since we're going to lose both of our Archfiends, both of our likeness looters, I don't think the having the Archfiend in the graveyard is that useful. So I'm just hoping they play the little dude that virtuous something. So somehow, despite my misclick and our mana switch. Sorry, I got distracted because there's seagulls. Them playing Young My Ghost. Does this play like a seagull sound? A clear look into my ADHD mind. That's why it takes me so long to make plays sometimes. Okay, what are we gonna do? Let's play the Archfiend, because then one more mana lets us play and donate the Archfiend when it's about to die. And we can. So they're scooped it up. But we actually, with Render and Nerd, we found the combo kill at the end there. Because then we could morph the Coveted Falcon, get in for one. Then at instant speed, trade that over and Render and Nerd again. It's basically just how to use control elements to not die when your deck and your play decisions wanted you to die. All right. Another hot garbage hand, but 2 out of 3 combo pieces are present. Technically, these 2 win the game, by themselves. Opponents on mono red, we've got no way to interact with mono red right now. That's no good. Nah. We do need lots of lands in the deck, but I kind of need that Lochthwain Scorn right now. So they're going to play something. Enchant it up. So we actually hit the Lochthwain Scorn, the called shot. But there's still going to be a lot of damage coming in from this slick shot show off. I enunciate because it's kind of hard to say. Let's get a Shipwreck Marsh down. Probably better to have gotten a Dark Slick Shores down in the Undead Butler, even though we're not going to take damage on the ground this turn. Conceivable. At least it kind of fills out our board. Let's just see what else is up. Invasion of Tarkir. So they're not going to hit us. They're going to hit Invasion of Tarkir and get a giant dragon. It's pretty cool. So we can answer this, but we can't answer that. And that's no good. But Archfiend of the Dross says stand in front of that. Really good. I wonder if they're going to hit us or the invasion. The Defiant Thundermaw can just deal 2 damage to the Invasion of Tarkir. So this is a more fun, like, spin on mono red than some of what we've played against earlier. But unfortunately, our 6/6 kind of blocks 4/4 flyers reasonably well. Oh, but this comes in and deals 2 damage to any target when it attacks. So that is kind of annoying. Why is this happening a million times? Whenever a dragon you control. That's really funny. Well, there's nothing that can be done about that. I haven't seen mono red running the Defiant Thundermaws. I find that rather amusing. Like, I thought that was pretty sweet. But yeah, short of us, having that extra land and then having board wipe, there's just kind of no way out of that situation. It's interesting how it feels like despite doing 8 damage, like 10 damage to this Invasion of Tarkir, it didn't seem like they actually cost themselves that much damage, which is interesting for that build. I don't hate that. It's probably a little bit more disruptible if we had any disruption. All right. As I've said, I'm a limited player, so I keep hands like this. Just straight up ass. I've decided this is a PG-13 channel because I swear a considerable amount in my life. So I'm just, in the interest of authenticity, I'm just gonna kind of be who I am here. We're gonna drop a likeness leader. Impulse. This is probably this mono blue deck. The mono blue deck basically, well, if it misses a land, it kind of hurts on the misplan of it. But as I understand the mono blue deck, it basically wants to control, it wants to like stick an evasive threat and then control the game, the rest of it. So I'm already one bit ahead of them by having a likeness leader down, or they don't have anything. It's hard to know whether we should attack or so they're going to bounce this. This is definitely that deck. So they should attack or something. Just going to play back out the likeness leader that they know about. They have another chance to bounce here. The holding there with the 1 blue was interesting. A forest. Okay. Now I don't know what I'm playing against. I didn't expect to see Outcaster Trailblazer in what appeared to be like mono blue control stuff. In terms of the combo, we need a coveted Falcon. I think we need to start digging for the coveted Falcon. Okay. I mean, this technically does dig for it, actually. So I think let's get an Archfiend of the Dross in the bin. And then, depending on what they do, we can Harvester of Misery, channel Harvester of Misery to destroy something with -2/-2. Or we can neutralize just to kind of surveil. There's also, we can surveil to this Falcon. So let's neutralize to surveil. Okay. We got the Falcon. It's pretty relevant. I also kept the land up there because we need 5 mana to render inert and donate a normal Archfiend of the Dross, like just a hard-played Archfiend of the Dross. So let's play an Archfiend. Pretty surprised he didn't counter it. And then let's get rid of the Undead Butler and get this thing down. Okay, so maybe their holding was they had a bounce spell. Okay. So the holding, they probably had that earlier when they were holding out the 1 blue. I don't even know what this is. Target creature gets -1/-0 until end of turn if the spell is kicked and blocks. Interesting. So I don't really know what they're up to. There's probably something cool, to be honest, that they're doing. But it's not like super obvious to me. Okay. 2 or more other lands. This is the best actual card in our hand, but it's the less combo centric one. We already have Donate, Render, Inert, Kill in hand. And we also already have Likeness Looter become Archfiend and Donate. So that's the one that I want to go for. I would love for the opponent to be tapped down when we go for it, but the advantage of... Oh, it might happen. Oh my gosh, so opponent's going to be tapped down. So this might generate them a load of mana here. Like, there's a chance that they just win here? Because this could be what their combo is. They just keep cycling Ancestral Angers. You can draw their whole deck. So what I think I will do, if they can't kill us this turn, but they might be able to kill us. I mean, they're drawing a ton of cards. What I might do is donate the Archfiend and then go for the Render and Inert kill, because they will be tapped out. So it looks like mechanically they wait, with this deck, they wait till they have like this Ancestral Anger sort of. So now they went for a green mana. So to continue the loop, they need a green mana spell that draws a card. Does this draw a card? Oh, I guess everything draws? I guess everything draws a card. Or several cards. So this, humorously enough, this would have been disruptible from our position had we kept the Harvester of Misery in hand. So they're looking for a way to haste up this board. It draws their entire deck. So there's got to be like a 1-mana thing that gives haste. And when they find it, that ends. That does end. I'm just waiting to see, because if there's even a chance that they can miss, that enables us to do our combo. I feel like they just can't miss though. Like they literally can draw their entire deck. Yeah, so they've hasted everything up with Song of Totentanz. So that's a pretty fun, that's a really interesting combo. I like that Vesuvian, whatever, Outcaster. That is a really fun and interesting combo. This hand is just terrible. I'm a limited player. I keep terrible hands. I don't think we need this. It's a 2-drop at least, but like, I think we need to hit our coveted Falcon. Playing against mono red again. At least they're not putting out a threat to the board. Okay. We can kind of deploy our tap lands here. Relatively slow start for mono red, I think. I'm gonna play 2 of these. I think we're going to do the other tap land so we can start putting Archfiends of the Dross down. Okay, we got to shrink this. This is kind of sketchy. It's been a slowish start for Mono Red, but we kind of just have to see if Archfiend of the Dross is like 2 Archfiends of the Dross are going to do that. I think you let's not die here. It's actually like theoretically, yes, okay. With that, we should be highly favored. They might even die right now because this is the infamous drain you a bunch of life thing that Archfiend of the Dross does. Sometimes just Archfiend of the Dross good enough. It's fine hand. There's so much black being played. This probably metagame a little bit. And see if there's anything that it's just black cards. It's nice to extract from the engine. It's a little chilly. See what they're up to. Sounds about right. Planeswalkers are kind of annoying, but they're further away from casting the Planeswalkers than they are DMing their stuff. We're playing. We're both playing the stuck on 2 mana, do nothing's game. Nope. See who breaks out of it first. Looks like they did, and it's even white. Well, they need it. But we're following close behind. Planeswalkers are going to be hard to deal with. Our render inert is sort of our anti-Planeswalker technology. I don't even know what I take if I'm them. You're at. Sure. We don't want to do nothing. You get this guy down. So they're going to be on these walkers this turn. We can decover that and get gonna have to try to go for damage. I feel like the monster, but the damage is win condition. Yeah, Kaya yet. Not Kaya, and they just scooped it up. I don't know what that was. All right, I've decided I'm chasing the dragon. All right, we're going to get one more combo kill before I quit this deck for probably the rest of my life. More combo kill, and I will never play this deck again. All right. How demoralizing is it to see cards soon? Used to be the... Oh, my God. You're trying to make me just regret everything. So, the tapped treasure tokens that gives us are not that bad, actually, but... I'm not super far from a combo kill or so maybe take it on that again. Yeah. Yes, sir. Two or fewer, so that's going to come in tapped, and you can't tell that. Okay, so, but annoyingly, most of the time people will actually kill Archfiend. But if they don't, and we draw an untapped land, we technically, yeah, well, I don't want to show them the render inerts because that shows them the entire combo. So we have a tap land, which means we have to wait a turn to combo. Invasion of Amonkhet to get something out of their hand, and then do the full combo on our turn. Or we can hold up the mana to donate the Archfiend at instant speed. If we Invasion of Amonkhet, we can also immediately get... Talking myself into this, but this one is more vulnerable to removal spells. Because this will let us Invasion of Amonkhet immediately give. What am I targeting here? I don't know. Okay, let's target a Likeness Looter, because if they actually kill Archfiend of the Dross, we have redundancy. So that, I actually feel better, but much better about that line now. Which again shows how you're learning this deck as you go. Because the Likeness Looter, if they just have a normal kill spell, okay, that's the thing that didn't want them to kill. That actually does disrupt the game. And again, that is another like live and learn. This deck I was not expecting. This removes the combo, but that one does. This gets rid of the Archfiend of the Dross and our birdie. I'm confused about what happened there. I thought I saw them cut down what? Wait a turn to combo off. Because let's leave that on top, because that actually, if this turns into a damage game, that's actually gonna be good. Yeah, we need 6 mana because it would cost 4 to turn this into a copy of the Archfiend and a 2 to donate it. So basically I think we just hold stuff up. I think what happened is that they did intend to cut down and kill this and murder our other thing, but they did not factor in ultimately. So why are they playing a legend? Because now they're going to. Now they're going to cast a kill spell. I just don't know what these cards do, and I don't care to like read them. Okay. Begin dragon. I thought you were gonna like kill me. Could have shrunk it and blocked the likeness in here, but I mean, I'm dead. If they have just a removal spell, we're just dead because we tried to do a copy. We can kind of look for some disruption, but I think we'll just try to execute our combo now. So it's a nice. It's just win with no movements. So we're gonna. What even happened there? Because they hit. So Karavek would have let them cast. Like, they could have disrupted our combo. I'm pretty sure they could have disrupted our combo like every single turn in the last 3 turns. And they just let me kind of muddle through figuring out how to execute it. Planning on playing a couple more while I was chasing this dragon to get the combo off, but that's just it. Magic is a very addictive game. I'm thinking like, let me run it back. I mean, I need to like earn this combo. It needs to feel like satisfying and earned. But I think that's plenty for this video. I'll talk about the deck a little bit here at the end. All right, so those are the games. I didn't include every single loss in the video. I included some of the notable ones, some of the interesting decks we played against, but the deck is super draw dependent in this iteration. Should you rush out and build this deck? If you like jank like I do, sure, you'll have fun with it, but it's not incredibly competitive. Some of the lessons learned, though, the Render Inert Invasion of Amonkhet package might actually be removable from this, and you just really focus on the Likeness Looter donating a copy of Archfiend of the Dross from the graveyard. Because Render Inert is just so lame to draw, and even an Invasion of Amonkhet in this current world where just creatures are too big, it's just slow. So a version of this where you just kind of mill yourself out and then assemble this combo from the graveyard, that could work. That might be where the deck should go if people want to build it. But at the end of the day, I really enjoy playing combo decks, especially clunky ones. So this was I had a lot of fun with it. In any case, really grateful for folks watching, so you all enjoyed that Prairie Dog Prison video. So I hope you all enjoyed this one too. Liking and subscribing helps out the channel, of course, and just keep watching. We hope to bring you more content. We hope to bring you more content. We hope to bring you more content.